Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
At long last, your favorite time of the year is back. It's finally time for the month of Pete. Welcome back to Give Me Back My Action Movies. My name is Pete. I am your host this month because this is now the month of Pete, your favorite month, my favorite month, our favorite month. Welcome back again. That's figured out. So anyway, that was Charlie. Hi, Charlie. How you doing?
It's February.
That's February. That's right. And because it's February, I brought some backup with me. I brought two of some of my favorite peoples in the podcasting world to help me out with this movie because I always need help in February. So I'm stacking the deck. I've got from the Spoils of Horror, Leo and Steven. Welcome back, buddies, best buddies of mine. You like this movie, don't you? God damn it.
Thank you so much, Pete, for inviting us on the most normal movie you've ever picked for your month.
I also very much appreciate that you looked away while I was dancing during your intro so that you could keep a straight face to talk afterwards. Good job. It's very professional.
I got to focus. Reading the room, I got to make sure I'm on track here.
Just so our YouTube audience knows, we're just not allowed to let anyone know what these two guys look like.
They're too handsome. They will overshadow both Charlie and I way too much. I actually requested
around it.
I requested the placards because they're too pretty.
Yeah, we save it for the Spoils of Horror calendar, which is coming up. So
it was going to cost
Boys
us
of
extra.
Spoils of Horror.
Put it out there.
There's only two of us, just each other month.
They just alternate like they do on the show.
We're doing like the most sexy man things ever, like doing dishes and mowing the lawn, shit like that.
There's an OnlyFans page for that, I'm sure. You could probably make quite a bit of money doing that.
Leo doing laundry in a French maid outfit. It's very spicy. Very spicy.
We're just doing laundry because apparently men never do. So
I did some today. I have,
you can tell it's bad when Leo's gotten down to the French maid outfit.
That's laundry day
again.
right
I see.
As Leo mentioned, again, this is the month of Pete, and this is the most normal movie I've ever selected. I didn't even think about that, Leo. You're so very right. So I got something here. Hang on.
That silence is Pete losing his mind.
He's rummaging through his room right now. Let's
probably like his mind looks. Let's just be real.
I'm waiting for shit just to start flying across the screen right now, and
it's very cartoonish.
Hey,
he's got. Was that the scorpion mask? Yeah, it's the scorpion mask.
This is definitely it. Yeah.
Pete, it's not quite your stepfather mustache that you rocked last year, but this one's pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Stepfather mask.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we had video for that, did we, Charlie?
There was a picture, I think, floating around.
There was a picture.
Anna had
it.
Yeah. You had a wig on
and glasses, and I cut out a mustache.
What a strange piece of movie memorabilia.
And the mustache, I think, ended up on the snake from Hard Ticket to Hawaii. It's right there.
It's on Michael Meyer right now.
Hey kids, get your favorite mask, the dad from Stepfather.
That was a Hot Ticket Halloween costume one year. Telling you.
Yeah, there's the mustache. Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
Okay. We are now seeing Michael Myers with a mustache.
And you have seen that. You can thank me for that later. If you are watching the video, we are covering 1978's Shaw Brother classic, one of the great kung fu movies of all time. And there's no argument about it. It really is one of the greats. We are covering the Five Deadly Venoms, and it put the Shaw Brothers on the map as far as kung fu movies, as far as a studio production company, and launched 1,000 rap videos.
That's accurate.
This is the Wu-Tang Clan was this was high inspiration for the Wu-Tang. This and a number of other Shaw Brothers movies, but this in particular is referenced a number of times in their songs and albums. Even their iconography, that you'll see, just everyone's taking a name, whether it might not be the names of these guys in particular, but they took a lot of inspiration from these films.
The Matrix too. The Matrix took a lot of inspiration from Five Deadly Venoms.
Kill Bill had 5 baddies. This movie has such an impact on action movies that it's so far reaching. It's hard to really nail down exactly. You'll know it when you see it. If you ever watch this movie, you'll go, this movie that I'm watching now reminds me somehow of the Five Deadly Venoms.
3 ninjas for me. Sitting there watching it going, there's Colt and there's Tum Tum and Rocky. I was like, I know it's all Oni masks that they're doing, but it's a lot of influence based off of this movie. So I could tell.
Yeah. One of the questions I was watching with Jody earlier, and one of the questions she was very curious that these masks that they have, and hopefully Anna will show like a picture of the masks some way, shape, or form. Leo's got him up right now, but he's too pretty, and I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. These masks are very kabuki-like. If you know that, Charlie mentioned earlier off mic the Oni, which is a Japanese ghost spirit, and Jody was curious, like, is there kabuki theater in the Chinese world? We're not real sure. Neither of us could answer that, but these hearken to Japanese opera masks, and they're just beautiful. They're beautiful, highly stylized, and I've seen people 3D print these and paint them, and they're very expensive, so I didn't buy any, but they were very cool.
Nope, he just printed it off on the old Xerox and
that's the old Xerox.
That's the old work Xerox. Yep, for sure. Don't tell the workplace. Anyway, let's hop on a trailer before we continue, guys.
This is also a very rare thing that there is a trailer. Right? Yeah,
in English.
There's an English trailer.
See,
I was worried because I was like, I don't know if there's going to be a trailer.
Rightfully so.
This got a U.S. release.
And
it was a big hit here in the States. So
this was huge. This started the whole other thing there. But I will tell you guys right now, some of the trailers were like 3 or 4 minutes long. I got the sub 2 minute one. You're welcome. I went through as many as I could, but I found one. So here we go. Five Deadly Venoms trailer.
The ancient land of China, schools in the martial arts were a way of life, but none were as lethal as the one we are about to reveal. Five Deadly Venoms. A secret society, each man unknown to the other, identified only by a mask representing one of nature's deadly assassins, the centipede, the snake, the scorpion, the lizard, and the toad. 5 Deadly Venoms, 5 masters in the martial arts, each man pitted against the other in savage combat, and each trained in their own vicious method of killing. They practiced a special kind of kung fu, killing by instinct, with machine-like precision, lightning speed, and ruthless power, as ferocious and deadly as the venomous creatures from which it took its name, and whose stings were always fatal. Kill or be killed. Five Deadly Venoms. No mercy asked, none given, in a kung fu epic as brutal as nature itself. Five Deadly Venoms, survival of the fittest and kung fu action at its very best in the most spectacular martial arts program of the year. Five Deadly Venoms, 5 stinging ways to die. Pick your poison. You'll be stung to your seats. Don't miss 5 Deadly Venoms.
Stung.
Stung to your seats.
Let me tell you, there were several times I went, I can cut it here and make it even shorter, until he said you'll be stung to your seats. And I went, I got to play the whole fucking thing now. It
Yeah.
just-
to be the whole thing.
You could have ended on that cool, like, pick your poison and been
Right,
done.
yeah.
Like, it would have been cool. To say stung to your seats.
There was so many, and then I wrote it out, and it was like stung to your seats. I'm like, who the fuck says that?
That guy.
That's
That guy
going
says
in the
that.
show. It's going in the
There you
show. I
go.
couldn't stop it. But yeah, it's English thing. Yeah, there's a foreign cut of this, and then there's an American cut of this movie. So, and fun fact, guess which one Charlie watched first? I watched the foreign cut.
Sure,
That
you
was
did.
longer.
That's the way to go.
Yep.
And then I
Oh my
watched the
God, this is
shorter
your
one.
Tintorera. Oh my
Yeah.
Not as bad as Tintorera, okay? Not as bad at all as Tintorera. So, but let me just say, I think the American version's the better one. So, because I had some thoughts watching, and we're only talking 8 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
a couple more, almost 10. And that 10 minutes, I'm watching that thing going, damn, Monkey Kung Fu had too much Kung Fu. I kind of feel like this one needs more Kung Fu.
Needs more kung fu.
But then I watched the American cut going, this is right. This is the right amount of Kung Fu. Okay, I'm here for it. So
I don't like the way the American cut makes the first 5 minutes just too short.
Oops. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my
it's,
God, it's jarring.
It's jarring. It's just all of a sudden there's a guy in a pot and he's just babbling at the camera. Whereas the international version breathes a little bit more in the beginning.
You get-
Yeah.
And I think that
Yeah.
I like the international version more, but to your point.
I like the pacing of the American. The international, or the American one, I was worried was going to cut some stuff that made it less cohesive. It really didn't. Like, I was actually able to follow the story better on the American one, because the other one lingers. But you're right, that I started it on YouTube for the American one. And I'm like, who the fuck cut this piece of shit up? Like, I was like, dude's already in the pot. Like, he's not even talking. There was a whole build up to this whole scene. And I was like,
Yeah, you got to build it up before you cook them. I'm just saying.
yeah.
And for your audience who has never seen this movie, like it's a hard cut into literally like an old man in a pot, and the water is bubbling over, and you almost hear like a bell that's like ding, done.
I think it cuts out the fact that he's dying, right? Like,
Yes, it cuts
It
out
does,
the fact that
very
he's
much so.
dying.
Yeah.
He does mention in the American cut, he does mention at the very beginning, like, I've tried all sorts of things and I'm still going to die. So he mentions
may
that
be
very
it,
quickly
yeah.
at the very beginning, but it's glossed over pretty damn quickly. And then you're right into the movie, which we gotta do our things, Charlie.
Yeah, we gotta do our things. And
We gotta do our things.
You can count that as my thing.
That's
Because
okay,
I have
that's
no
your
history
thing.
with
So,
this movie.
Right. So
So-
this is the part of the program where you say, what kind of history do you have with this movie? And since this is Charlie's with this movie, I will let Leo go next.
Me?
Yeah, yours.
I am a huge fan of old kung fu movies. I got to be honest. This is a genre that we don't get to talk about on our show, but I love with all my heart because of growing up with the ridiculousness and the times before YouTube subtitles and expert dubbing, when you either had no dubbing at all or the shittiest dubbing in the world. And it was a lot of fun on those late night USA Up All Night shows. I remember this movie for one thing. I remember falling asleep watching it. And good news, that didn't happen this time.
Yay.
So we're doing much better now.
Good.
Fair enough.
How about you, Steven? Is this your first time? I doubt it.
You know it's not my first time. I'm the one that asked you to cover this movie. So I had seen parts of this movie many, many years ago. So like we talk about with like USA Up All Night and things like that, there was something on in Maine, and I don't know what it was. There was something that would come on Sundays.
Yep.
That was, and I don't know what it was. Okay. Other people have told me they know what this is too, but it would show a lot of weird genre stuff, and I would watch it at my grandmother's house. That was how I saw Witchboard for the first time.
Oh my.
Yeah. That was how I saw Witchboard for the first time. But they would also play these martial arts films. And I was so fascinated with them. And I very distinctly remember somebody getting their head crushed and it turning into a watermelon and exploding, which I just thought was great. Like, I just thought was so great. And so I think it was around the pandemic, before we started recording our show, that I decided I really got back into movies. I had really been a little bit out of like really being regular with movies. And so I started watching a lot of martial arts films. I watched a lot of the Shaolin Temple movies, which I really enjoyed. Shirley Temple movies. Those are great martial arts movies.
Steven's favorite.
The songs are delightful.
They're wonderful.
What
a treat.
But okay.
Yeah, right. Really stand the test of time. But so I started watching a lot of those, and I threw on Five Deadly Venoms, and I just totally fell in love with this movie. I really enjoyed it. It had some surprising moments because it had some things I didn't expect. It had the things in martial arts movies that I love. Didn't have all of the tropes of those movies, but it had enough of them that I really enjoyed. And I think also I really enjoyed the fact that it fused with a little bit of mystery. There is a lot of fun to be had in trying to figure out who are the Venoms, even though there's only so many characters in the movie. But the movie does a good job. You don't know which Venom they are, and that's a lot of fun. So I really I just fell in love with the movie. And then ever since then, it's been one of those movies that I'm like, God, I wish we'd cover this on our show. God, I wish we could do this. The original intent of Spoils of Horror would have been something that was, covered these kinds of movies, but I just begged Pete to do it. So here we are.
Yeah, you did.
Fair enough. Pete, what about you, brother? It's your month, and now that I know you didn't even pick this fucking movie.
Well, I did pick it, but it was there was a subliminal message going on there somewhere. I'm pretty sure I saw this at the. This is like twofold. So the first thing I wanted to say, it was either TBS or USA that had a Sunday maybe at 11 a.m. after church or something. They would show like one or two kung fu movies, and we didn't have cable, but my aunt and uncle did. So when we went over to Indiana to visit them after church, Uncle Lou would put on whatever cable, and there were these guys high kicking and jumping and kicking each other in the nuts and jumping out of the ocean, chopping people and all this stuff. And as us kids are running out to the pool and back, I get to catch a few minutes of this, and I just was fascinated. But the pool's much more fascinating at that time in my life. And kung fu movies have always stuck with me, and I've always just loved them to death. There was, when I was just out of college, there was a rental place across the street from my apartment, and I was bartending at the time. I would walk over there, and I'd rent something when the place opened, and then I would return it. And I did this so often that after a while I would return it, and they'd say, just pick something else out. It's fine. It's fine. And I'd get like 3 movies a day for the price of one. It was great. And I swear I saw this on the shelf, and it's very distinct, all 5 of those masks. So there was something in the back of my head as far as we're going to give me back, Charlie. I remember this being on the video shelves, but I didn't get to see it till like maybe 6-ish years ago. And it was just one of those that popped up on YouTube. I'm like, oh, I've heard of this. This looks familiar. And watched it and just fell in love. I don't think I've seen it since then. So watching it recently was pretty new. I remembered some of it, but like the ending fight, I didn't remember all that. I didn't remember who exactly was the Scorpion. But like Steven was saying, this is such a far cry from typical kung fu goofiness. Without being a comedy, kung fu comedies are always a good time.
Yeah, there's still comedy in this though.
There is,
yeah.
but yeah, that mystery part of it, that whodunit sort of thing. It's more of an adventure than it usually is. Usually, it's this guy mowing through bosses at each level at 36 chambers, right? Style as he's every level he's advancing to the next guy. This is different, and the kung fu is it's some of the best I've seen. These guys were all they were all stunt actors before they did this, and I think they were all kind of unknowns. They'd starred in some things, but never as the leads. And that this 5 different powered, I'm sure it had some influence on Power Rangers and
100%.
and things like that. So there's another influence on pop culture is the 5 heroes combining to win the day. And this one, they fought each other, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
So
I think it's Jungle Fury is the one that's like the biggest homage to Five Deadly Venoms.
Okay.
The Power Rangers. Like they really did like influence a lot of stuff later on.
Yeah, you've got the 5 different colored masks. Everyone's got a little different power. Power Rangers. I mean, Super Sentai, I should say. And even though Super Sentai was before this, also a completely different culture. So anyway,
right? No, it's totally fine. And I know I already did my thing with that, but I had never seen this. I only have heard of it.
Oh, cool.
But this is my first time watch. We've said it on here. I didn't grow up with martial art movies. They were not my dad's thing. And unless maybe I would catch it, I do remember martial art movies being on one day of the weekend, and my granny had cable just like you guys. But sometimes they just didn't catch my attention. It's so weird that Power Rangers did. And now I go back and I watch these movies and I go, well, this is exactly the same as Power Rangers.
Right.
Like if you love Power Rangers, but you hate these movies, there's something fucking wrong with you. Like it's the same shit. But yeah, this was the least peak pick for me watching this. I was like, and I messaged Pete too about 3/4 of the way through the movie. And I went, I think I know who the Scorpion is. I was like, I was totally shocked that this is a mystery in the middle. Cause I didn't look shit up. I didn't go on IMDb. I didn't watch a trailer. The trailers fucking give it away on who everyone. There's one trailer that goes, this guy is the centipede. This guy is. I'm like, well, you just fucking ruined it for everyone.
Don't watch trailers. Don't watch trailers.
Watching this damn thing. But I was really like going, the second time I watch it going, oh, of course he's the fucking Scorpion. Jesus Christ, how stupid was I?
Well, but no, he was the good cop. There was the good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
And the good cop turned out to be the bad guy.
Yes.
They did a good job. And honestly, they didn't do the trope of let's throw a bunch of red herrings in here. It literally could have been any. I know they threw one line out going, well, maybe it was the judge or the torturer or something like that, but we still don't know it was him, and the way they tried to like two knew who each other were. One was
1 and 2 knew each other.
The other
5 knew each other, but 3 was the only, which was turned out to be Scorpion.
And then number 6, who kept calling himself number 4, thanks to the dub. Yep. I'm like, did we lose the numbers here, boys? What's going on?
There was a point, I think the first time I ever saw this movie, where I was really trying to figure out who the Scorpion was. And I was like going through the riddles. It was like one person tells a truth, the other person tells a lie. It was like one of those. It was like the first 2 knew each other. The third one knew no one. The other 2 knew people. And then this one's 4 and that one's 1. I really tried really hard the first time.
I was scratching my brain the first time. I really was. I mean, I obviously knew who the bad guys were. This guy's in all red and is the only one with a badass beard. So I'm like, you're a bad guy. I don't know which one yet.
We learned that from Star Trek. If you got the evil goatee, then you're the bad guy. That's all there is.
And the other really bad guy was the judge, and he had that classic Chinese long
that beard. Fu Manchu kind of going.
Just wasn't
there.
White yet. It was getting there.
But like the centipede, I kept looking at him and I'm like, I know this motherfucker. And then it dawns on me, it's not him, but they did. Have you ever seen The Shadow with Stephen Baldwin? It's Alec or Stephen, one of the
Alec,
two.
I think. Yeah.
Genghis Khan, the guy he fights in that's the same like trimmed goatee, facial expression, all of it. And I went, that's who he looks like. He looks like fucking Genghis Khan in The Shadow. And it just was gnawing at my brain the whole time looking at this guy, because he just looked like a classic villain. And I was he's probably my favorite like villain in this movie, as I like the Centipede.
No, I have to correct something, because you said there are only 2 beards in this movie and there are 3. There are the 2 villains that you mentioned, and there is the painted on stubble of the reptile.
Yeah,
lizard.
That's not technically a beard, though. It's stubble.
It's like
the 5 o'clock already.
that stubble is not standing up to 50 years later HD. Like, I watched this on Amazon. Like, it was a good cut of the movie, and it looked good, and I was like, that is a painted on beard.
I learned in my years of haunt work that sometimes you get away with a lot with your makeup just by it being dark outside. If you're hiding behind the trees and stuff and the shadows, then you can hide a lot of the shit that you're doing on your face if it doesn't look quite right. I think modern cinema, when we go back in 4K, all of these old movies, does a disjustice to some of the people who are trying to hide what they knew the shitty filmmaking of the time would hide.
I hate watching my Godzilla movies on 4K, like the Showa versions, because you see the strings. Like, oh shit! I want to. Where's my VHS? God damn it!
I was impressed. I didn't see strings whenever I watched this, because I know there's string work in this. There obviously had to be.
There were a couple times when they were raised. The lizard was raised and lowered, and it was clearly being raised and lowered by a string, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. And I'll tell you what, I know I read it was a stunt guy doing it, but the guy that played the lizard, whoever was actually behind the mask, I was fascinated with the past view that the guy's telling him the story of the lizard, how he was standing on the wall and could blow out the candles, because I'm looking at the candles and the flames are going straight, and he's sideways on the wall, and I'm like, okay, it's wire work, but I feel like he's standing on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, it's not Batman 66, where they were walking up the building, but it's inverted the other way.
Camera's turn,
the cameras turn, and the capes aren't quite flowing the right way they're supposed to be. But I was honestly kind of in awe of the trickery they were doing, especially with the lizard's the one I think works the best. Everyone else, they were able to just kind of like the snake crawling on his back. I'm like, I fucking did that as a kid all the goddamn time on linoleum.
Can I just say, by the way, his training, that the snake training, or the guy that had to crawl on his back under the table, rickety board, the table. They're like, he's fast, he's lightning fast. I'm like, no, he's a little slow and clumsy. And the only thing that would make me do it slower is my gut would keep hitting the bars above,
breaking them all as you go.
That's part of Leo's training. I mean, that's his that's one of his weapons.
Wiggle,
man.
right?
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I have to say, as cool as this opening sequence is, and again, for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, it shows each of the Venoms in their mask, and they all have like a different like color palette, and then they do these moves that show their abilities. And I get that some of them are maybe cooler than they sound, and some of them just they have these great moves, especially when they show the centipede too. Like, I get the idea that the centipede is supposed to be fast, like he has lots of arms and legs, but it's just these like plates dropping from nowhere, like somebody just dumped him and they're just like tossing his shit out a window.
Okay.
Like a shitty version of Fruit
on your
Ninja.
left, on your right, on your right.
Leo, I thought that because there's a point it pauses and the guy's like, you can tell he's, where's it at? Where's it going to fall? And he's just trying to guess which way to kick.
And he doesn't hit all of them. Like, it's not cool. If you drop 100 plates over a martial artist and he kicks all of them and breaks all of them, it's cool.
Yeah.
But it's not, he doesn't hit. It's just some of them crash on the ground.
They're like just off camera, but you see half the plate fall down and it just crashes. It's like, you missed that one. You're not that good yet, sir. Is this year one
to
of
Steven's
training?
point, I saw the great Gonzo do this and he did it better. So
that's fair. That's totally fair.
And to Charlie's point, the reptile, he jumps up on the wall and he uses his hands, and his hands are so like smooth that it knocks out the candles, and they sort of the flame goes out, which looks badass. But if there'd been one candle still lit, it would have looked fucking stupid. Like he would have looked dumb. So you can't have him miss the plates.
It worked. It was effective enough, but I was catching all, especially on the second watch.
Oh, it's super cool. I think it's fun.
Pay attention to it all, but it was still a lot of fun. And then I'm also kind of like, man, I would have never like picked a centipede. I thought that was really unique. That it's
sure.
I understand that they're going with venomous creatures.
Yeah,
So we've got scorpion, centipede, snake, lizard, toad. Those are your 5 venoms, which is also, by the way, the 5 greatest arcade games of the 80s. And the 5 lamest X-Men ever. So
that was a
wow.
Yeah, hold on.
Wow.
No.
Leo, is this our show? Rim shot here.
Oh, wait, we don't have a rim shot. We have that. That's what
most people do. Feel free.
Yeah, I was thinking that during this opening montage when it says, and the last one is the toad, and he's almost indestructible. And I'm like, if I had to choose like the animals, and I had to be like, I'll do the toad one, I would have thought that the power I would come away with is being indestructible.
Yeah,
right.
Because toads are very indestructive. We all know this.
Right. But doesn't have a good Gene Simmons tongue going on for him. So
that'd been something.
Right.
If they ever do a remake of this, that's got to happen, right?
And I don't. So I get what they're going for the story wise. This is just me putting my own deeper thoughts on this after watching the second one. I wanted a little bit more out of the 6th student, because they kind of just flash by and like the teacher's like, I will teach you. I can't teach you all of the moves, but I will teach you something to help defend yourself, but you will need at least one of their helps. And also the whole plot of this movie is maybe they're evil. I don't know. I don't know who they are, but they might be. If they're evil, you got to stop them. If they're
plot
not,
is some rich guys are trying to steal another rich guy's money, and the other 2 are trying to stop them.
Yeah, we got a shitload of money. We're part of the poison clan.
Tell me Snake isn't unbelievably wealthy with that mansion he's living in. And he wants to steal money from this pauper.
He's got political power. Like everyone's ingrained. But there was also in the back of my head going, because they're like, oh, you can't even tell people that you're part of the poison clan because it'll send shivers and everything through everyone's spine. I'm like, are y'all bad guys? Am I rooting for the bad guys in this movie? Like,
he's supposed to kill. If they're bad, kill them, he says. The old man.
Yeah. Like, but they're all part of a clan that is feared. I'm like, what did you guys do?
It's a house of 5 venoms, which for some reason has only ever pumped out 6 students, which is embarrassing for someone.
That's very true.
There's the reason they don't have a lot of trophies in that dojo studio.
They're like the Jehovah Witnesses of clans. There's only so many that could get to heaven. But I think the reason
they're hiding out there is because they're embarrassed about being part of this. That's all it is.
Yeah, if you look at the strip mall where that place is, there's no trophies in that window.
A couple of participation awards, but that's all. We don't count.
Right. You became a nice picture of the 5 deadly venoms, and that's it.
That's right.
That's all you get. That's what they got to hang their hat on. But no, I wanted a little bit more out of the 6th student, because he kind of turns into just this goofy character we're following through 3/4 of the movie, and he just kind of pops up here and there. Like he's not really doing a whole lot.
Oh, I agree with you. My joking aside, I think that one of the problems with the film is the 6th guy is supposed to be an amalgamation of all the styles, and he doesn't know everything, of course, so he's got to go and get help from one of them or 2 of them or whatever, and that's fine, because that's how you make a good story. You bring people together.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do much. Even when he's out there to get help, they go, oh, we'll help. You stand over here. We'll go do shit for you, and then we'll come back and talk to you, and that's helping.
Yeah, stay out of the way. But he is like he's also the comedy relief in a lot of things, because even his music that they were playing over top of him just made him super goofy.
Yeah, it's goofy.
Now, if that would have been like his cover, but then we also got to see him be a badass once in a while before the final fight.
Exactly that.
That would have been
going to make
way
him
better. Yeah.
Jackie Chan is one of my most favorite martial arts actors ever, because he understood how to make his stuff serious and funny in a way that neither one overshadows the other.
Right.
But also, if he's going to be a complete goofball doing his shit, then he steps forward and kicks ass afterwards, and it makes it goofball stuff more amazing.
Yeah.
And look, most of the movies that the Shaw Brothers put out, like they don't have like great character arcs or anything like that. They're fun and I love them, but they're simple. At the same time, this movie makes a break from what they had done, what they would be known for. Like, this movie is different. And so because it's different, I actually do want an arc out of that character. I actually agree with you, Charlie. I was thinking about that. You know, I was thinking when I was watching it the second time today, I was like, I really wish this character had an arc. I wish that he had a little bit more time where you got to know this character, where he got to, I don't know, talk about feeling a little guilty that he was part of the school that turned out a gang. Because you got to remember, like, as you were pointing out, at the end of the day, this story is, wow, I was a grandmaster and I trained 5 people and I might have fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Will you clean up my mess?
Oops, I'm dying. You couldn't have done this like 5 years ago, Master? Nope, too busy.
Yeah, it was working in a strip mall's hard. Like, it's hard to get students.
All the babes around here, like, I got you.
Just so much. I know a guy. This guy, he manages my money, so he basically goes and talks to the clan's accountant. But that guy dies before anybody finds him.
Right.
It didn't diminish my enjoyment of this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. This one, we jokingly talk about monkey kung fu, that it's just incessant kung fu. And I hate to be that guy that's like, it's just too much. This one,
we all agreed on that one.
We did,
like,
and I was
like,
so
boy, this was a
relieved.
lot of fun. That was a lot of kung fu. Jeez.
The relief on all our faces when we all came to that realization.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not insane,
Like,
right?
oh,
But I loved the actual story of this one. This is one of the few I've seen that I'm like, I got sucked into it. Like, I am like really enjoying this cat and mouse, this chess game that they're playing, but they don't know who the other player is. Like, they're moving pieces around, manipulating witnesses, the judge, and you kind of start figuring out who the main characters are. The scorpion is such an important piece. And then you have my one thing that just irritated me, but it made sense for the movie, was you killed my favorite of the 5 Venoms. Like, I love Centipede, who's my favorite villain, but you killed my favorite of the Venoms, and you killed the Toad. Like, that was my dude right there. He's impervious. He's unstoppable. I get it. That actually makes them all weaker if you can kill the most
indestructible one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now
I'm not sure how
like,
indestructible he was, but
they kept trying to cut him with swords, and his skin was impervious. But yeah,
they put him in the Iron Maiden the first time, and he's just like, boom, flexed his pecs and busted that shit out.
What killed him? The common cold, like War of the Worlds? Like,
no, it was his.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to follow, because they basically imply that if you hit his vulnerable point, then the iron skin is no longer like, it doesn't work anymore.
Null and void.
Yeah. So he got stabbed in his Achilles tendon, which
behind
is
his ears. Yeah.
Behind hell, it looked like it went down his fucking ear
look like
canal.
I thought it
Right
went into his ears.
That's what I thought.
It's kind of gross. I like how there is an actual story here, and it was a lot of fun to watch it with Jody, and she's asking me pertinent questions about the story. I was like, "What's about this? What about that?" Instead of, "Oh dear God, would you get along with? Would you say something? Would you please? What this is dumb." But no, I'm like, "Oh, I think I know. I think this guy is a scorpion." She says, "Oh, really? Isn't he the good guy?" And I think so. It was a fun conversation to have with someone who really doesn't give a rat's ass about these kind of movies. But she was kind of getting into it. She was having fun in her own way. She was having fun. This is definitely not something she'd go back and watch or anything like that. But it was a fun conversation to have with her on the couch this afternoon.
I didn't watch it with Jackie because I kind of figured it was going to be like some of the other ones I've had her watch, and she just rolls her eyes. But after watching it, I was like, I wonder how she would have.
Next week, Will.
I watched it with my cat, and he didn't give a shit at all.
My cats don't give a shit about anything I watch.
His cat just kept rolling his eyes.
He's like,
turn
he goes,
the
well,
channel, bro.
At least it's not a horror movie this week. Jesus Christ.
The cat does that when you wake up in the morning. It's like, oh, he's alive still. Fuck.
God.
He's like, now feed me. Feed me.
Now feed
But
me.
I love what you said about the story, though, because that's one of the things that I find a lot of fun is that you're not just trying to figure out who the scorpion is, but there's points where you know somebody's a venom, but you don't know which one they are.
Mhm.
And I thought that was a lot of fun too. There's one police officer, the one that has the stubble on his face, it's been painted on, but there's a point where you know he's one of the venoms, but you don't know which one. So when he jumps up on the wall and stands there towards the end, then you figure out he's the reptile. Oh, he's the reptile. Okay, great. And I think that that's a really great way that they keep the mystery going.
Yeah, that was done well. I think they nailed the mystery of who's who going, through this movie. But you know who all of the Venoms kind of are, except for Scorpion for me, because man, some of them eyebrows were just fucking on point. I'm telling you, man. Girls that draw them on now, you need to start watching the Five Deadly Venoms because you start rocking these things. Because man, I watched some version on Amazon first, but it wasn't Prime. It was like made me sign up to this weird
fantasy.
7-day trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that one first, and that's the international cut, but it was 4:3 ratio, yet still widescreen. So I'm watching this rectangle on my television, and I was like, well, I'll just act like I was watching this as a kid or something on my 13-inch television.
Get real close.
So I'm watching it, but then I watched this in high def YouTube, the American version, going, damn. These guys look awesome.
Yeah.
Like, man, these are some
There's
handsome
a good
motherfuckers right here.
And a
man.
bad version on YouTube. Ooh. And the good version on YouTube is actually pretty good. But
It looked amazing.
There's a bad one on YouTube, and it's grainy, and it's like watching it on a well-worn VHS.
That's the one I watched. That's the first one I watched. It had the grain and everything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I went through the same problem.
No
with
idea
that
this was
movie.
going to be mine.
So I would have a question. Later in the movie, at like just after an hour and a half or something like that, there's about 2 minutes of silence on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, I wasn't the only one.
I kept backing up. Like, what the fuck happened?
So you watched it
film,
on Yahoo, or not Yahoo? I'm sorry,
On
Amazon.
Yahoo.
Sorry.
Did you ask Jeeves? Ask Jeeves. Where's Five Deadly Venoms?
Shut up.
I watched it on MySpace.
There you go.
But yeah, I was like both cuts on YouTube, both the really bad one and the nice HD one. They had the exact same 2 minutes cut out.
My first one had the dialogue.
vocals.
Yeah.
I watched it on Prime, and I did not have any. There was no point where there was a 2-minute dialogue sequence missing.
It was, it wasn't an important thing of dialogue. I should have went and
Scorpion and
rewatched it
Snake
again.
were talking. It was right before Lizard and Six started doing their training together.
They were kind of like speculating who the Lizard was, and Scorpion was kind of like laying out what Snake should do going forward.
Oh, I was going to say that wasn't a mess up of YouTube. That is the fact that every single dialogue piece that Scorpion has is indiscernible.
It really is.
He comes in a mask, and again, for the audience who hasn't seen it, you don't know who Scorpion is. So every time he shows up, he's in a mask, and it's a big reveal who he is. But every single time he talks, it's so villainous. We show up, and they're like, Scorpion. He's like, I'm here.
That's a choice by the American director putting his voice actor behind some sort of because you didn't have to do that. You could have had your voice actor just speak normally and it would have been fine. But it had the voice actor do this.
I just still couldn't understand
Leo's right.
thing he said.
Yeah, he sounded like Bane. Yeah.
Not as clearly though, but sounded like Bane.
Never didn't hurt the movie. Didn't hurt my experience of the movie.
No.
Really enjoyed it. No. Never understood a word he said.
That dialogue was nonsense. It didn't matter to where the movie was going. I was a little shocked watching this that it made some turns I wasn't expecting, like killing the witnesses to like and the accomplices to
slaughtering the whole
murders.
Han family. Holy
Yep.
Well, that was pretty awesome. But I'm talking like the co-conspirators. So they, the witness, they made him change his story, and I kind of was expecting him to die, but then to kill the guy that suffocated
who did all your dirty work.
Yeah, that was basically just in it, just ready to go, and they're like, yeah, we're fucking done with you, and we're gonna jam this fucking knitting needle all the way up into your brain.
God.
And now you're dead. Well, no, we got
the other guy got a hook down his throat.
It was. And they'll never know how you died because I can make it look like nothing happened either. Motherfucker told us how he was dead. Like it wasn't that sneaky. He's like, I don't know why.
Yeah, but he's not telling the press. That's the whole point. He's not.
That's true.
You know?
Well, why not kill those two guys? Those two guys had money, and they're like, oh, we feel bad. We were part of this, and we didn't want to be part of this. Here's the money back. Oh, thank you. Puts the money in his billfold. Wait, you guys need to get out of here. Here, I have some money for you. That's the same fucking money they had. Why didn't they just run?
The same blood money.
Also, money back then, like 7 by 11.5 sheet of paper.
That was a $1 bill.
right.
You had to have a 3-ring binder if you were rich. You'd like carry a whole stack.
You watch Pokemon cards?
It says IOU.
Oh my God. It was just different time, different culture.
They were giving people chunks of silver as payment for something. Like here's a hunk of silver.
I'd go for some of them chunks of silver right now, boys. That shit's up to like $100 an ounce right now.
Yeah.
But I think your point, Charlie, is fair in that, like, I love the way that this, the start of the third act happens, because it really does feel like the villains are winning because they kill the main hero, like the person you think is the main hero, and then they kill all the witnesses. You don't really know where it's going to go. I think that's my only other issue with the movie is, while the through line is not clear, because these kind of were all the bad guys and whatnot, it doesn't really have one strong villain that you're like really afraid of.
Yeah.
They kind of bring the Scorpion in later, and he's the best one of like, he's a solid villain and that he's like confident what he can do, because Centipede isn't confident. He comes off kind of like a little bit of a putz, even though he's a great martial artist. And then the Snake is kind of the, he's a little uppity and he's a little, he's the rich guy. They're great martial artists, but they're not totally in control of the situation.
Yeah. Even Snake toward the end of the movie goes, do we have to keep killing people? Can't we just, we're fine. The treasure's gone or whatever.
Yeah. Who cares if there's another Venom out there? Fuck him. We don't give a shit.
And weirdly, my biggest problem with the plot hole is that Scorpion found the map to the treasure early on. Why don't you just beat feet? Go get your treasure and live a happy life.
That's a good point. Like,
you don't have a movie if he doesn't stick around. I get this, but like he's got access to that because they find that treasure map at the very end, and they're going to give it all to charity or something.
That should have been.
There is a sequel.
That should have been the plot device for student number 6. Student number 6 should have found the map, because his mission wasn't just to find the gold and distribute it. It was to stop the evil Venoms.
Yes.
Right. So he would have been honor bound to stay involved. And all the other Venoms, the evil ones, would have been, we got to find who's got this fucking map. Where's this gold?
Yep.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That would have tied the whole thing in for me, is making that the genuine plot of the film, as opposed to Kung Fu Columbo, which was fine, but didn't have the same impact.
Yeah. Obviously we can look back on this stuff and you can be like, oh, and I'm sure talk to whoever did this movie. They probably been like, it's actually a really cool idea. We probably should have done that, but it's not what we actually got, but it would have fixed a lot of things, and you still wouldn't have changed the movie all that much. You just would have had a more clear direction of everyone's reasoning behind what they're doing. Scorpion actually manipulating both sides because he's going to come out on top regardless, and whoever's left standing obviously would be the one that has the map or something like that, and also making the Venoms aware that this is the sixth student. And then now he is just as much of a threat to them if you're evil, or an ally if you're good. Because I love that when he reveals himself to the lizard, because he's like, I know who you are, you're the lizard. And he's like, hold on, so what the fuck did you say? And jumps up on the wall like, well, you just gave it away, motherfucker. And then he drops down like he's ready to
spider in the corner. Is really freaked out.
He's really scared of that. And he goes something like, power of the poison. And he goes, oh, we're cool. It was like the fucking secret handshake.
That's right.
And it was like, it felt like the WCW when they did the NWO, and they were like, too sweet, and just do it. That's what that felt like they did. And then they were like, okay, we're cool. Let's go upstairs. We'll talk. I'm like, that's all? That's all you had to say to this guy? And now you're best
secret
buddies?
handshake. That's all you need.
First of all, none of these Venoms are good at hiding who they are other than Scorpion.
Other than Scorpion.
None of them. None of them. They're all throwing.
Toad is walking around without his shirt on. Like, you immediately go, that's a Venom.
And
right.
Snake has gauntlets with a snake on it.
Yeah, he's standing in a group of old ladies, and they're like, "Oh, which one is Toad?"
The centipede hits him with the sword, and it breaks, and he goes, "Gets the secrets out." That's like Batman's mask falling off, going, "Bruce Wayne."
Whoops. I know. The Toad should have been like, "Ow, ow!"
That would have been hilarious. just a beat, just the slightest beat of it hitting him, and he looks. Oh, and then starts rubbing his arm.
Oh, it stings. Ooh, you're so powerful. There are a couple parts. Did anybody notice there's a couple parts where that guy who is the Toad looks super fucking arrogant when he's fighting off people because they can't kill him? And it just made me fucking crack up. There's one part where like 8 swords hit him and he just throws his arms up in the air and they just all toss away. And he's like, fuck you. Like I could do this all day.
It was so funny. So funny. Just look. That's why he was my favorite. He was just like, He didn't give a shit if anyone knew he was one of the Venoms. Like, he could have had a name tag on his fucking chest.
I am Toad.
I am Toad.
Just walking around. Didn't care. And even when he's in trouble and they take him to prison, he's sitting in the prison cell like, fuck it. What the fuck ever. You can't do shit to me, but eat that food before I eat it because I don't trust you, motherfucker. And it's just, and then they do the whole like Iron Maiden thing and he busts out. You're like, oh, of course he is. They take his power away and then they put him back in that Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And he comes out and look,
he gets tortured horrifically.
Makeup for what it is, I thought it was still kind of cool. Like all the little red dots all over his chest to show, which probably unintentional, but for the rest of the movie, it made him look like a toad with all the little splotches of red dots.
Sure. Especially when they burned his back with the
that
back
coat,
cover. Yeah.
The iron coat, that was insane. Like that upped this movie because it's a Shaw Brothers movie. It kind of even has that Hammer horror blood where it's like they just poured candle wax in their mouth.
I love it.
And spit it out. But this back burning because they put it on him. And it's, he's doing the whole pain thing and they peel it off and it's red. The camera cuts and they're talking and they bring the witness back and they're like, is this the guy? And he looks and now there's these blotches like of skin missing and like they're trying to do blisters, but it was still effective. Like they really fucked him up. And then whenever he's in the cell, they're going to execute him the next day. I actually cringed when they flipped him over to his back. From face to back in the cell because I'm still like that back's fucked up. So not only did they flip him over and then do like the water torture with fucking rice paper, which I was like, that's fucking creative as shit. Like that's not just put a rag over your face and waterboard you. It was, we're going to put a piece of paper and I'm making paper mache. I'm going to bring your face back. It's exactly like I'm making my own Odie mask. And here we go. I'm going to make a toad. But fucking suffocated his ass. And I was like, this is actually kind of fucking brutal for a, I don't even know what this would be rated. It's probably not rated, but it's still pretty
G by today's standards, I'm sure.
Maybe PG because of some of the blood and stuff, but it like a harder core version of some of the movies I've seen of this type.
Yeah, it was kind of funny that this was the second movie that Leo and I have covered recently, because we just covered the movie Conquest on our show, where the hero bites it 2/3 of the way through the movie.
Ain't that some shit?
Yes, he does.
I was going to make that comparison. It's not often a movie will surprise me, and I love it when they subvert the expectations by giving you. I'm not going to say I was that horribly emotionally attached to the hero of this film, but they give you somebody to care about or latch onto, and then suddenly say, fuck it, he's dead. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. And I like that it gave the lizard something to drive him a little bit more than, because it was his friend. Because, like, he's friends with the scorpion, but they don't know who each other are. And the scorpion keeps going, you barely even know that guy, but you got to remember back that they knew who each other were.
They were coworkers. They were
right. Yeah.
You had to think they were friends.
Scorpion didn't know anybody, right?
No one in the training.
He was trained all by himself, and then Scorpion and Lizard were part of the police force.
Yeah, so they worked together, and you could tell they were friends. Like that's they didn't know who either one was, but they were friends. And that's why Scorpion kept saying, like, why do you even give a shit about this guy? You know, this toad motherfucker. But you have to be like, that's because they do know each other really fucking well, you know, and it added that little bit of a bond to him. And then whenever they kill him again, I hated that he had to die, but it makes sense for the plot. You know, now it drives Lizard a little bit more. Now it makes all of the Venoms vulnerable, and, you know, it pushes through, it gives a reason that Centipede's now out of jail. And look, we're not going to walk through the movie. We're not doing that. So there's some plot things we're leaving out on this. We're just trying to hit the high points, but it worked for the storytelling. Even though we're poking holes in it, we can fix it a little bit. I'm not upset with it whatsoever. I had a lot of fun with this one.
What did you guys think of the fact that the master sends his student out and says, go out into the world and find the 5 deadly venoms? They could be anywhere doing anything, and they're all practically living next to one another on the same street in the same town.
That was another question I had. Yeah.
The convenience of the movie. I mean, you've got to put them all together.
I know.
But very good question, certainly.
It would have been better if they were all brought together for weirdly, like
tournament or something.
More combat.
Exactly. Right, yeah. Like some sort of fucking thing that gets them all in that one town, as opposed to they just all happen to move there and say, that's good enough.
Right.
Next to the temple in case I ever need to go back. Yeah.
The death of the master.
Schools here.
Yeah.
You know.
They could have been some way to bring them all in for the death of the master. They were all trained by him. They all would have come in their masks.
They got some sort of intuition or something that he's dying.
Exactly. Yep. Some signal went up, and they
like when the Pope dies, you get
some kind of smoke thing,
smoke comes up,
or whatever it is, and it travels. You know, they got a fax. I don't know. Take out a page in the paper, but you could have done that. Yeah, and then they would have, you know, and the only one again to make him more included that would have known some of them are evil potentially was the 6th student.
You want a war? Well, you got it right after this.
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Killboy Kreitz.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete. IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again. As we drag Kathleen,
Hear me.
kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
I didn't come here to talk. Lucky for you, they did.
And we're back. Month of Pete. 5 Deadly Venoms. We're here with Spoils of Horror. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. I just adore this movie so much. Are there any other kung fu movies that come to mind that equal or exceed this? And you want to say something like Jackie Chan's Police Cop, and that's an amazing film. But it's like one
Police
dude, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Police Force,
Police Story.
Story. I'm sorry, Story. Thank you.
He did
Police
Super Cop.
Super Cop. See,
technically he was a police cop. You're not wrong.
Entirely crazy. But I'm just curious. Like, I know this isn't really Charlie's genre, but
it's really
Steven,
not. So a lot
Steven
of
and
mine's gonna be
Leo,
newer ones.
what else? What else is kind of would get your juices rolling like this?
I'm trying really hard, and if Leo wants to take this first, I am looking for a Jet Li movie that I love. It is one of his older films, and I cannot remember the name of it to save my life, but I was really blown away by it. And I'll tell you a little bit about the plot, which is that it's about two best friends that are studying together at like the Shaolin Temple or something.
Of course.
And yes, yeah. And what happens is they sort of like go out into the world, and so Jet Li's best friend becomes very evil. He has like a fall from grace, and they both meet these women, and they both become like really romantically involved with these women. And actually, the Jet Li's best friend kills his own girlfriend in a scene that was kind of like the hero killing, getting killed in this scene. Like, it kind of jars you. You don't expect it. And it's a really, really phenomenal movie. And I'm trying desperately to
is
remember
this like
what the name
before
of
or
it
after his Lethal Weapon hero?
This
House
is a
of Flying Daggers?
This is a
It's
very,
old?
very early movie of
Okay.
his. So he was quite young. And if I interrupt everybody by just screeching it out loud,
Go for it.
you'll know that I've done it and that I figured it out.
I get it.
But it was one of the movies that I watched during that time, and I really deeply enjoyed it. And it really showed just how these kinds of movies can sometimes have more heft than you think they're going to, because the story between him and the best friend was actually really sad, and it really broke my heart. But of course, it has all the things that you want in these kinds of movies. It's full of great fights and just incredible scenes. It's really great. So I'll let Leo talk for a second, see if I can figure out what the name of this movie is.
It's not Dragon Fight, is it?
I don't think so.
Two martial art friends from China are performing a show in the States. Trouble starts with one of them decides to defect and stay in America.
The America part of that doesn't ring a bell,
Right.
but the rest is very similar. But I will find it, or someone in your audience is going to know what this movie is.
Probably.
What do you think, Leo?
I was just making sure he was done. So I have to remain adamant about my Jackie Chan fix, his early stuff, not his American stuff.
Okay.
Back when he was with Sammo Hung and
Mm-hmm.
the other guy who I'm embarrassed now, I've forgotten his name, who they were doing great fucking work. He did, of course, Drunken Master, things like that.
Yes.
The police story movies, Project A. He did
Operation Condor.
what was the name of that film? The rooftop fight in what? I am embarrassed now that I have forgotten what this movie is. Anyway, he did a lot of early great work when he was fast. That was the thing that really drew me to him.
Yes.
American movies with Jackie Chan do not do him justice because they literally told him, slow down, people won't see what you're doing. And so he had to go slower. But if you watch his early shit, he is lightning fast. And all of that's real. And it's his own stunts and it's actual fights. And there are a couple people, I think it was Who Am I? He was fighting the guy in there who he said, don't hold back. And the other guy was like, okay. And they actually literally beating the shit out of each other on camera. And it was fucking phenomenal. And that was a lot of my introduction to the idea that a martial arts film could be more than just, this kind of martial arts film, what we're talking about with this film, that the Five Deadly Venoms, because it's a distinct difference between, I don't know how to word it, but old style kung fu movies where it had a plot and it had a story, but it was kind of lost in translation and it didn't really grip you, as opposed to the speed and the accuracy and the fighting and the characters that you could actually give a shit about and all that. I don't know. This movie had that too, but just not in the same way for me. And it not as a negative, just I have a stronger love for that kind of stuff that I grew up with.
Yeah, that's it. Well, same question to you, Pete. Do you have any others that you prefer that outshine this, or at least on par with it?
Yeah, I gotta dip into the Jackie Chan stuff. Like, I mean, uh, Police Cop. It's a Police Story. Sorry, God damn it. Police Story is a genuine masterpiece. But as far as mixing comedy and action, Meals on Wheels is a tremendous film.
Meals on Wheels.
That is a tremendous, with Jackie Chan at his best in using his environment to fight. And that's a pretty easy one to find. I think it's on Amazon. The Ong Bak, that first Ong Bak movie is that movie reinvigorated my love for Kung Fu, because I had it kind of got, I think somebody bought me one of those public domain, there's 40 Kung Fu movies in this 4 CD box set, right? And they're just all, it's like, oh, these are all the same, and I hate every one of these. They're boring. And then I came across Ong Bak, and I went, oh my God, these stunts, that's what I was missing from the Kung Fu movies, because Jackie Chan is the stunt guy. Like what he does in film is it's unreal. That dude dropped himself off of a skyscraper once. That's all real. That
broke almost everything in his body.
There's no trickeration there.
He's killed himself a few times.
Literally.
Pretty sure he has died, and then they just brought him
Police
back.
Story. I think he died, and they brought him back. But Ong Bak was one of those, when he jumped through that window or something. There was a place where he was jumping through something very thin, and I was like, I that's impossible. It's wonderful. So those are a couple without getting too deep.
I was gonna say, like, for me, it's the newer ones, just for that reason, like Ong Bak, because you got power with the speed in a lot of those movies, and then you get into the uber violent, like we did Ninja Assassin, that have that flavor of these movies with the stylized fighting and just the insane acrobatics, but a shit ton more blood and body parts and stuff like that. That's my jam when it comes to these kind of martial arts movies. I don't mind going back now and watching these. I don't, dread it like I do some of Pete's movies, but I know what I'm in for when I'm watching these now. And I have to reset my brain, which is what I did with this one, and just go put myself in that time period. Just imagine Americans sitting in a theater witnessing this movie for the first time.
And their jaws on the floor. You've never seen an action movie like this ever in America at that time.
There's a reason it's so ingrained in pop culture. I had never seen it, yet I knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the plot or anything like that, but I knew enough about, they're all different animal fighting styles. I mean, and it goes all the way into shit like Kung Fu Panda. Different animal fighting styles. There's an evil version that was trained by the master who has to die, and like it's all the same.
Venoms. There it is.
Exactly. It's all the same stuff, but it's just told in different ways, and I do enjoy it. What I do like way more now is they know how to end a fucking movie. Because I swear to God, the Shaw brothers so far are 0 for 2 for me on how they end. And even the international cut that I was like, oh, this is longer, it still fucks off.
There's no
old movies.
There's no defense in the ending of most Kung Fu movies from the 70s. Zero defense. I watched one where this guy had defeated the evil master, and they had been fighting on the beach, which was really cool because they were splashing in the water and all this stuff. And he had finally defeated the bad guy, and he's walking away, walking into the sunset, and out of nowhere, the evil bad guy jumps out of the water, hits him in the back, credits.
Yeah.
That was it.
Isn't that basically how Monkey Kung Fu ended?
Yeah. Yep.
More or
Yeah,
less,
that's what it was. And this one is like they're like telling us this whole moral compass of we shall use the money for good and right the wrongs of the Poison Clan. Let's go get the judge. No, because the next one might be more evil. And it's like better to know the evil we have now than the evil we may end up
Didn't
with.
they cut the movie off before you finished the sentence?
Yes. So the international cut, we got all that. And then the American one's like, fuck it.
Yep.
They're like, people are bored. They're done.
Finn is what it said.
At least they know their American audience, though. You got to give them.
Rewind it. We got to show this again.
So two things. First of all, Tai Chi Master. That is the name of the movie. Tai Chi Master. Great kung fu movie. Watch that. Number two. So we've talked about this with Universal monster movies, where they get to the end and it's like everything's resolved and it's over. Like it's like credits. Oh, get the fuck out of the theater.
Exactly. It blew my mind. Now I do want to talk about this ending. We'd be remiss if we don't talk about the final fight where we teamed up with everybody. Now we all know basically who's who, at least. In the Scorpion, we've kind of pieced together ourselves as the audience that he's kind of playing both sides now, because he's helping the lizard, but he doesn't know yet who he is.
Ultimately, he wants to keep the money for himself.
He, again, as Steven pointed out perfectly, he has the map already.
He's already got the
literally
map.
Could have caught the bus.
Just go catch the bus and go
catch the bus right out. Yeah, and again, he had the Indiana Jones map. X marks the spot. Like, we buried the gold here. It was just, it's funny on why they're even continuing. And seeing the snake and centipede fighting these two, because they're looking at this young dude like, who the fuck is this little guy? Like, I don't even, like, what beef do we have with him? We understand this guy, because even if we didn't know he was a Venom, we've kind of fucked with him this entire movie. And who's this other? That's the guy that was a cop, but now he took his shirt off, so apparently it's important. And it's like, wait, yeah. Now we know
it's
who
going
you are.
down if you take your shirt off, right?
How did you know it was me? Well, you threw the darts, just like you threw in my fucking chest. That's how I figured out who the fuck you were. Like, Jesus Christ!
You say, it's on now.
So is that how it's going to be? A fucking centipede is the only one stuck in the background with his arms up in the air. Like, the fuck is going on?
Who are all of you?
Exactly.
That's how it felt the whole damn time.
Who are all of you?
I'll go back to watching this with Jody. She was even getting into this last fight. This last fight is so exciting.
I love it.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. The choreography is gorgeous. Yes, it's choreography. Are they really fighting? No, people don't actually fight like this. This is all choreo. This is a dance. It's a fight dance. It's beautiful. It's just so much more fun than anything Charlie brings to the house with guns and bullshit. Bang, bang, bang. Boring. This is exciting. It's a hard flex, I know. But
the deadly machine gun move.
That's
boring.
That's what this movie was missing, was some machine guns.
With poison bullets.
You stop
poison bullets, because if
the
bullet don't kill you.
Gun.
There were a couple of moves where Joey's like, "Oh my god, that was really cool."
I totally agree. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, there's just such a lack now in action movies that come out like now, other than maybe I think John Wick is the only one that's really come out. And like, yeah, I guess some of the Jason Statham movies too, but like have really impressive action where you're watching human beings do things on a screen. Yeah. And there's a part where I think it's Centipede where he flips over a punch, and then the shot doesn't cut. It doesn't cut. And then he does the next 6 to 7 moves in that sequence after he does these flips. And that was when I particularly noticed it and was really impressed by it, was how many times these characters will jump over one another, and then the fight choreography will continue without a cut.
Yep.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
That was our favorite thing in Monkey Kung Fu, even though, it's a lot. It was the fact that the camera stayed on so many choreographed moves.
I mean, it was unbelievably impressive, but exhausting. Like my brain can't even
the
handle
bed fight with the prostitute. Still,
yes.
even though it was asinine, you're just watching all of this happen, and this
she
girl is
bends
doing
herself in two to avoid
and it
his
just
punches.
and that's how this fight felt. And I also liked the pseudo montage we got before the fight where they're practicing how to take out each villain, and it
Love
felt
it.
like the Sherlock Holmes movies
Love it.
with RDJ, where it's like, then I will punch him in the solar plexus, and then he'll swing at me. That's how it felt. I only wish, and when they show them doing them practicing, they showed the actual snake guy without the mask. I was like, you should have put the mask on. Then, even though we know,
cool. Yeah,
because they get to the scorpion and they don't fucking tell you how they're going to defeat the scorpion.
Okay, that was in both. That was in both the international kind of thing. I was wondering if that wasn't cut out for some reason.
My guess is they were so focused on we're showing their faces that they didn't want to show their cards of the scorpion yet, which is why you should have had them all in their masks. And then you could have showed how to, because the way they defeat the scorpion is a little ridiculous. I will have to say, basically just got pummeled to death. I don't like, they had all of these moves planned for the snake. Like the right hand is the head and the left hand is the tail. And when the tail strikes and you stop it, the head strikes, and we'll catch them both.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great, okay, awesome.
Well, and then the dude just the top, I'll take the bottom, and yeah.
They also still don't do that.
He hands on his head, which is pretty cool.
He does hit him in the head, but then he like cannonball specials him Wolverine style into him, and then he's like staggers backwards and spits the biggest fucking glob of blood out of his mouth, staggers again for a second and goes, oh, I'm supposed to die, and just fucking falls over. And you know someone's dead when the camera goes it just zooms right in on the face.
Yeah, a lot of people die in this movie because their life bar runs out. Like they just keel over.
It's the Street Fighter, and then the body just falls down.
But one thing I also love about this fight too is that you can really see the styles, the different styles, and the work that was put into giving each of these martial artists their own style. Like, earlier, before the toad died, I mean, he had kind of like a brute style. He could take the punches, he could take the kicks, he could take the sword fight, and he just would fight like a brute. But the other one have these very particular moves. And I agree with Leo that I think the snake one is kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of like a last place trophy. It's kind of like, you did great.
Good job, Snake. Good
job, Snake. You can roll across the ground and beg people to not hurt you.
That's basically when you're in kindergarten and you made the Play-Doh snake. And I made a snake. Right. You just rolled a bunch of Play-Doh in your hands. Yeah. That was this fighting style.
But the centipede, I think, is particularly awesome because the idea is that he's so fast that he has it's almost like multiple limbs. It's almost like
multiple hands.
Multiple hands, multiple feet.
Yes.
And I thought they particularly did a good job with his. I thought was really cool. I do think the snake's cool when he's making the snake with his hands, when he's making like the teeth of the snake with his hands. Yeah, and they're almost like pressure point attacks, like they're the one in Kill Bill or they're
the 5-point death punch or something.
Yes, exactly.
Death punch.
Yes, that great band.
The best depiction of the snake and centipede, though, was the aftermath of the family and the group of people being brutalized.
Yeah.
Because when they come back to show the bodies laid out, there's like bruises of handprints and multiple handprints on these guys, and then like these big, just a ball of bruise. And the one guy I think describes it later that it was like you could see the centipede punch, you could see the strike of the snake because it would have made the internal organs explode.
It also had little holes. It had little holes, like little bullet holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to do that with my shirt, and it didn't come out too well. So
no, that's fine. But I did like that they at least went that far to show the styles in different ways with the aftermath, and then that makes this fight a little bit better because okay, at least they have some power to it. It's not just fingertips. hitting these guys. There's supposed to be some type of, call it a chi or whatever you want to do, that there is a power to what they're doing.
You can make your fingers with certain exercises really strong, very, very deadly at supposedly. I don't know. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know.
But yeah, and the various I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but again, there's not a lot of great action these days. We mentioned a couple.
Yeah, it's mostly guns. It's real boring.
I'm remiss to also point out the other great action television show, which is fucking Daredevil of all things. Those first 3 seasons of Daredevil that had some of the best goddamn action I've ever seen in a show in my life.
That one-shot hallway scene reminiscent of Old Boy is... I'm just taking my clothes off right there. This is so sexy.
I'm going to let everybody think about that. At the end of...
Don't picture that right now.
Right. So he's watching it on Disney Plus or Netflix or wherever it is. But but at the end of the 3rd season, there was a 4-way fight between Daredevil, Kingpin, Vanessa, and Bullseye. That was like my head exploded. It was so good. Like, it was so cool watching these 4 fights.
It was supposed to be. Yeah.
And everybody, and not everybody's on one side in that fight. So everybody's got a different game, because Bullseye was trying to kill Kingpin just as much as Daredevil. Everybody's got a different game. Everybody's got different goals. And that's what I really love about this fight too at the end here, because it twists. It's not just that we've got our 2 villains versus our 2 heroes. When Scorpion comes in, he's got his own game to play, and he's deadly in his own way. And so it really changes up the dynamic in a really fun way that I really enjoy.
When he strikes out against the snake,
yeah,
and then also strikes out at Lizard, because when they're up on the, like, they're getting ready to do the final move, and then Scorpion takes out the wall one of them standing on, and that's like the realization of, oh fuck, you're not on our side.
You're
but
not on our side either,
Snake's also like, you don't 100% know if you're on my side. Centipede's still in the back going, someone tell me what the fuck is going on.
Tell me what to do, please.
Like, this guy's been just watching us fight the whole, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Is he an insurance adjuster?
Scorpion just tells him, hey, I'll split the money with you. And now Scorpion's on his side.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Like, I'll pay you. Okay, cool. Yeah. I also kept doing the whole, like, the scorpion that stings I forget, is it a turtle or a frog in that fable? You know, it's like, it's just in my nature to sting.
And the frog,
to sting, and it kills them both. I was kind of like looking at that, because the scorpion's just attacking whoever's closest at this point.
In my nature.
That is very artful, Charlie. Very artful.
Charlie should come on to your next artsy fartsy movie.
Oh, yes, please. Then I don't have to.
We're gonna do a Midsummer retrospective if you want to come on.
Only if it's
you
in
and
3
Jacqueline,
parts,
I'll take a break. That's right.
No. I can't do that. Oh man. But no, so we get this awesome fight, and they do their moves and take everybody out, and everybody spits out blood. Fucking Snake's over there pulling 27 daggers out of his body, like, oh god, and then he dies by a bunch of punches and spits out blood. And I'm still trying to put together, even on my second watch, going, how the fuck did they kill Scorpion? Like, there comes a point where he's just shadow boxing himself while they're standing on the wall, and it's like he died of boredom. Like, he's just, and his stomach is red. Like, what happened? Who hit you there? I didn't see it. And then he just kind of turns around in the most, like, Oscar worthy and then falls down dead. Just like,
so Snake was the one that hit him. Snake was the one that kind of did like a double strike on his abdomen from the back.
Oh, he exploded his organs.
He death punched his stomach, and he was literally bleeding out trying to get the lizard guys on the wall. Yeah,
I missed that, because all I saw was him jumping around, and it was like, are you missing your little cane that you used in the intro where he's kicking the plates, but he's pushing himself up off of that stick? But he didn't have that at the end, so it was almost like, get down here. Please get down here. I can't reach you right now. And he's getting agitated and died. Like,
it's very rare that you'll have an action movie that will end with the villain dying because he can't reach the heroes because they're too high.
You can't reach me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like this is that commercial. Ooh, you almost got it. Ooh, you almost had it.
Yeah.
Just dangling it out there. But and then we talked about it already. This movie just fucking ends. They try to end on some poetic, poignant
profound
point,
trying to set up a sequel. It felt like they were going to set up a sequel, or they're going to go around and kill all the judges, all the corrupt judges.
Right.
6 deadly judges.
Like
Five deadly judges.
yeah, and there's a judge that took. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with number 6. This judge took a bribe.
Yeah,
he
sure
knew
did.
exactly who was
He knew
in.
it was-
He killed an innocent man and was complacent in 2 other murders. Judge should have got his comeuppance, but you know what? The next one might be worse, so we're not going to risk it this time. I'm like, Jesus. All right, Shaw. Thanks, boys. Let's just roll credits now.
Good
There we
lesson.
They
Good lesson.
ran out of money. Movie's over.
They Monty Python the shit out of this. Out of money. Run the credits.
8 more frames left in the film, and that's it.
I think they ran out of money, and everyone did these last 20 minutes of the movie for free. I think I read that somewhere where
I wouldn't shock me.
It was like an extra 4 days of shooting, and they did it all for free. Like, the director,
And to me,
was nice of them.
that's fine because
was
otherwise
nice of
all,
them, yeah.
all your work would be for naught. So why not? You know, it's like if you're
I
that
think they were
close-
gonna do just what they did and just cut it off at a dumb place. And
They do a back end deal. That stuff happens.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
There-
Do you
I
imagine
did
one
read
of them was a total dickhead and was just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. I'm not getting paid. And then
That was the 6th Deadly Venom who's no longer in the movie anymore.
That's why they
There
kept
is
calling
supposed to
number
be a sequel to this called Crippled Avenger.
Sounds like a trauma film.
It's not.
I was about to say, yeah.
One of them was still alive, but
boy-
I'm just a little fucked
Boy,
up.
Steven, you ain't too far from the truth, because I watched the first 10 minutes of this movie and my jaw was on the floor in 3. It was awesome. So I'm going to go back and watch it. I think it's on Amazon. I think a spiritual successor is even a stretch. I think it's got a lot of the same actors in it, and they mention different Venoms, but it's not a sequel by any stretch of the imagination.
They've been trying to remake this movie forever.
Have they?
Oh yeah, they've been trying to remake this movie for years. They've been talking about it.
Why not? You'd think this would be
Who
a
came the
fairly easy
closest?
one to do it. Yeah.
There was a 2011 version that came
Wow.
closest that was going to have they had 5 pretty prominent actors that were going to play the Venoms. I think Gordon Liu was one of them. Yeah, and then they had a pretty prominent actress who was going to play a 6th Venom, which I thought, why the fuck did you tell us that? That would be like a surprise.
Dude, right.
Yeah, because she would have been like a spider. She would have been like a,
Of course.
yeah, which I
Yes.
think I was like, that's a good idea, you know. But I'm like, but I don't know why they told us that. But yeah, I thought I think this is a movie that you could absolutely remake.
100%.
Yeah. I'm really shocked they haven't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was just looking real quick to see if I could find the remake. Yeah, I was gonna have Gordon Liu in it. Maggie Q was gonna play the yeah, she was gonna play the Spider Venom.
She would have done good.
Yeah, she would have been good.
Cool.
So speaking of different Venoms,
I was getting ready to say.
This
Good job,
is
Pete.
Charlie.
Good job,
This
Pete.
is my show.
Oh, it's your
T-
show.
This month. This month. Tonight.
Okay.
Forgive me, sir. Please don't
Uh-huh.
please don't fire me.
I still got the button.
I know you do. You got the dump button and Pete goes into the infernal flames. So I have asked our illustrious co-hosts to think about if they were part of the Poison Clan, which is what these fellas are all from. These guys, they got Toad, Centipede, Lizard, and Snake. And did I get them all? Centipede. Yeah,
Centipede.
I got them all. If you are part of this Poison Clan, what would your poison power be? And you can't pick one that has already been selected. So, does everybody understand the rules? We got this going on. I want to go with Steven first.
So, I got a little help from an AI overview for this because hold on. It'll make sense.
Creative
Hold
AI.
on.
Oh,
It'll
about
make
to get
sense in a
canceled.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
People have tried harder to cancel me. So because it was more of a Google search, and then it just brings up that AI overview that you're kind of forced into.
Mhm.
But what I wanted to do is I really wanted to pick a venomous animal from Maine because like my Maine roots go deep, and
all the venomous Maine. Okay, go for it.
So
Jellyfish?
it brought up
Are there any lobsters that are venomous?
It brought up a caterpillar. There's a type of caterpillar.
The caterpillar?
It brought up wasps.
Okay,
It brought up
right.
ticks.
Murder hornet.
And then as I was scrolling down, it said venomous marine life. And I went, venomous marine life.
Please.
And this is what it said. It said sharks. Great white sharks are present in the Gulf of Maine, posing as a potential risk in coastal waters. Now, this might be the first time I've ever heard of great white sharks in Maine. So that's what I'm going to go with. I want to be a poisonous great white shark specifically for Maine. I don't know what adaptive, like, I don't know what evolutionary trait made a great white shark need poison. Which is like giving a great white shark a derringer.
A machine gun.
You carry some pufferfish in your pockets. You just, just stick them with a pufferfish.
I don't know what a great white shark needs with poison, and I have a feeling AI got this really wrong. But I'm going to go with the poisonous great white shark from Maine.
Oh, I love that. We're going with Charlie next. What's up, bud?
Oh, me next.
Yeah,
So,
you're next.
I was thinking through the whole venomous thing, and I was like, what resonates with me but is also venomous? So I went, you know what? I'm going to just be part of the venomous crowd and still kind of part of the club, but I'm not actually going to be technically venomous. I'm going to be a fucking turtle because I want to be a tank. I want to be impervious to the venoms, and I can be a snapping turtle, so I'm the more dangerous of the turtle, species. But I was really, and there's also, onis that are turtles and also ninja turtles. So
I was going to say, is your name going to be Bebop?
Yeah, I can be one of, or what is it? Tokar and Razor.
Tokar and Razor.
Tokar. But no, I was because I was like, everything venomous is like little, and I wanted the biggest fucking venomous thing, and I was like, there's no venom. I just want to be a turtle. So, and it fits to me. So I wanted to be the tank of the clan.
I like that.
So I'm a tank.
So you and the toad are kind of like brothers.
Yeah. So his skin's for impervious. I have a shell.
But you got a shell.
Yeah. So I have armor.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So.
Excuse me. Sorry, Anna. That was unavoidable. Okay. Leo, what of the venoms would you be?
I'd like to point out I'm the only one that actually did the assignment properly, and that's a pretty big deal for me because
have you been working on it the entire episode?
I didn't go with a non-venomous alternate universe AI version of something. I actually
mine wasn't AI. Just saying.
Google informed me of an animal that I didn't know was there.
I'm saying.
It was Ask Jeeves all over again. I guarantee it.
I chose the blue-ringed octopus because it has multiple deadly strike arms, and it is sickeningly aquatic, and it's adorable and fat like me. And if you touch it, you'll die like me. And it's exactly the right thing.
If we touch Leo, we die.
So that was my choice.
That's why we don't record together in the same room anymore.
I also like Leo. I also like that because it's going to be, you'll have a blue mask, and all these masks have no blue in them at all. So you've got this nice.
See, I put thought into this, and I made it within the rules.
He could add something that makes him have more arms too. So he's got the potential.
Exactly.
To have
I think he's got small whips.
That's right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit about what our
Or maybe-
montage would look like, and
or
it's Leo would look cool because he'd be like knocking the plates around. Charlie is just sitting on the floor doing nothing, and I've got little flippers, and I'm just biting shit,
Just like chomping the air like a dog with a hose.
Leo can have like tassels coming from his nipples. Extra.
I had a feeling that Pete was going to say that no matter what animal you said.
Pete, what animal did you pick for your homework?
Well, I didn't pick an animal. I picked an
Okay.
accessory because of our friends at
Dodos
Spoils
don't
of
count.
Horror. My deadly venom is the bycocket. And I'm gonna have little pins coming out of my bycocket, and I'm gonna sneak up behind people, kind of like a Peaky Blinder sort of thing, sort of situation, and I'm gonna get them.
I thought he was
works.
I thought he was the bycocket. Like that was it. It was just a hat.
And
then Stephen wore the bycocket as the shark.
I love my I love my hats. I would look very fashionable, and I don't need a mask because I would have my bycocket.
Or you could like throw bycockets, like poisonous ones.
Ooh, I could be
Odd
like
Job.
I could be rude or Odd Job. Yes, Odd Job.
Right.
Leo is reveling in the fact that he's the only one that followed the rules.
The next time Pete says there are rules and here they are, I'm going to fucking ignore them because apparently you can and get away with it.
I didn't ignore them.
I did the
Not my fault. That Google told me that
It's
there are
your
great
fault that
white
you're
sharks in
listening to
Maine.
Google as opposed to being a human being with a sentient brain. So whatever.
This whole homework assignment was a joke for my Spoils of Horror friends because of the Spoils of Horror bycocket.
Yeah, for the first time in his life, Leo did the homework, and now
That's
he's
right. And I'm
he's
gonna fucking
butthurt
own
over it.
I'm not butthurt. I'm better than all of you. I did it. I had it. I owned it.
I'm
That's
okay
it?
with it. I'm okay with
All
it.
right.
For once in my life, I'm gonna have
For
this.
once in my life,
When
I had someone to love.
when we fight, Leo, I'm going to annihilate you. Great
That was
white
my
shark
octopus arms.
with
Damn.
poison. Remember, I'm poisoned.
So you're not. You're not. Great white shark ain't
No,
got no
you're not.
venom. Sorry,
Oh.
I got a shark shield.
That sounded like a your mama joke. Like
It's grade school all over again. I got this power.
you're not venomous. I'm venomous.
You can't do that.
Out of water, you're suffocating. You can't breathe.
Uh-huh.
You
Charlie,
didn't hit me.
Charlie, you're a turtle. It takes you an hour to just to dig 2-3 feet. That's
I got long arms, long octopus arms. I can reach you where you can't reach me. So there.
He's like, Leo's like, you maybe eat me, but if you ate me, you're still gonna die. So I win either
That's
way.
right.
So
Yeah.
it's fine.
And then I'm gonna squiggle my way out your poop chute, and I'll be fine. So
What this could have been the sequel to Five Deadly Venoms. It's called three more Venoms.
3 moronic venoms.
Copyright. We own it. We own it.
TM.
All right, let's get into the thing.
The thing.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
I think there's a body count here.
So I looked it up, and to Steven's credit, I tried the AI. AI still couldn't tell me, and apparently no one's done a kill count. So guess what? Charlie did. I went back through the movie on the second go and counted 18 on-camera deaths, and there's 11 in that little school slash
The Han family, all the
Han,
servants, or
all
the school, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 8 women in chairs all
yeah.
the way around, and then a bunch of shirtless dudes running around. But there was and then they like lay them all end to end, and I was able to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I could get all the way down the end, and then obviously the co-conspirators that die and the venoms that die in this.
Did
and
you
that
count
is
the master?
I'm counting the master because
that's fair.
He says he's dying. In the international cut, we get a whole story of how he's dying and how pouring hot water down his throat is supposed to help, and it doesn't, and he's still going to die.
That didn't look like it helped in either version.
I don't think it did. Actually, I'm more upset that we lost like all the really cool, like scroll looking carvings on the wall when the master was taking number 6 through and explaining. The American is like boom, 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 boom. This is it. This is it. Like you don't get those cool artistic add-ons.
I'll go back and watch that.
I liked it. I did.
I like it too.
So yeah, 18 deaths. So let's pick our favorite out of all 18.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Well, Steven, give us
Damn
your
it,
best.
I knew you were going to go with me first, and
Well, Leo,
forgot about this part.
you're up first.
AI hasn't loaded the answer yet.
Yeah. Google
What is my favorite
death in Five Deadly Venoms?
Apparently, there's a polar bear death in here that I didn't even know about. That's my favorite.
Great white sharks are in Maine. No, they're not.
Somebody stepped on a spider, and I thought that was the best death. I'm kidding. I honestly am going with the old guy that died because for reals, this dude was a dick to his student the entire time. Like he was kind of just a jerk in general. He's like, you're bad, you're awful, you're not good. If you fight them, you'll lose. Also, by the way, you suck. Now go out there and do my thing for me. And then he died. So I'm pretty happy with his death.
The master. Okay. Leo's is the master.
Yeah. Do you think when the student left, the master got back up and he was like, oh, that problem's solved? Like,
I've tried everything for 10 years to get him to leave, and finally that worked.
I'm not quite dead.
Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Got rid of that student and getting rid of the 5 deadly venoms. I'm free.
free.
I'm pretty sure they'll all kill each other. It's fine.
Right, it'll be fine.
Right,
I can start over. I feel great.
Yeah, just puts a for sale sign in his dojo at the mall.
Well, now he can put the 5 deadly venoms back out, so he can start off with a new 5.
Yeah, right. Now hiring 7th venom.
Open for new students. Charlie, what about you, bud? What's your favorite?
I was really trying to think. Like, there's some mean ones.
Yeah.
Like when they cut the witness's throat with that hook knife thing. Like,
damn,
you could have just broke his neck. Like, I think it would have been less cruel. I really wanted it to be like one of the fights because it should have been the cool scene, but they all just fucking spit blood. But I'm going to go with Toad, and I'm counting it because his death, quotation marks, is the most drawn out once he loses his power. Like, to the Iron Maiden, to the Iron Coat, then being fucking waterboarded with the rice paper, and then hung after he was already dead to make it look like he committed sewer slide. You're welcome, Stephen and Leo. So
he unalived himself. Yep,
he totally did. I thought he would get a kick out of that. That was off the cuff too. I was not.
That's
playing
for all you
that.
sensitive people out there.
Well said. Yeah,
that's right. But yeah, I'm going to go with that because it was the most visceral, and that iron coat, the makeup effect on that, especially when it cuts back again and it's blistered, awesome for a Shaw Brothers movie.
Agreed. Steven.
Yeah, so I debated between the same two that. Yes, I'm ready now. Thank you.
Did you get your Siri going? Is your Alexa working?
Spicy.
So I debated between the same two that Charlie did, but I kind of came to the opposite conclusion. But I want to just highlight Toad's death is great. It's very rare that you see a hero die like that. It's a horrible death.
Yeah,
it is. It's drawn out. There's a lot of torture. I agree. The makeup is great. And also just to have it be such a, I don't want to say a lousy way to go, but just to have him waterboarded to death. I remember it shocked me the first time I watched it. I was like, whoa, I can't believe they did this. But I got to give credit where credit's due. It takes a lot to kind of like make my skin crawl. And it's very rarely horror movies that does it, or it's always something strange like the ankles in Misery, and not all the other gore that I've seen 1,000 times. But it made my skin crawl when they shoved that knitting needle up that guy's nose into his brain. Yeah, that's just I just could feel my like fingers clenching into the couch as that was happening. So credits due where credits due. You got me, Five Deadly Venoms.
There you go.
That's rough. Yeah. Okay.
Pete,
so
what about you, bud? What's your kill?
The hook and the needle were really gruesome, and pretty realistic because there wouldn't have been a lot of blood. But Toad was the kill. That he knew what was happening to him. Not just the torture, but his death as they are putting this rice paper on his mouth and watering it, and he's just can't breathe through it.
Mm-hmm. And
he can't stick his tongue through that rice paper because they would have just put more on top of it. He's 100% helpless. I mean, I don't want to put myself in his place at this moment, but kind of thinking about that, geez, I just you're going to die, and you're going to die horribly.
Well, there's another layer to that too. I'm just now realizing he's not experienced this in how long since he'd been trained.
He's completely helpless, and he hasn't in his fighting style, as Steven was saying earlier, like he's enjoying this, like, yes, hit me with all of the swords, and clink, 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 ah, ha, ha, ho, 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 he, he, and just throwing people around. He's enjoying the fights because he can't be hurt. And now he's certainly experiencing understanding his mortality.
Yeah.
And it's just
psychological and physical.
It's just, is that my favorite? That's a hard thing to say. This is my favorite, but it was impactful for me. And it gave me the feels like that.
Yeah. Well, and normally we don't like to revel in even when the heroes die when we do these kind of, Leo does because
of course Leo does.
Leo follows the rules.
I'm a sick person.
Sick son of a gun.
Yeah. But we're never like, oh yeah, it's when the daughter dies of the hero. That's our favorite kill of the movie, even though it may be the most impactful.
I like it when she's raped to death.
Hey, let me just say, Pete.
This is what Leo just said.
Pete.
I just said I was a sick person. I didn't say anything what you said. That was a whole.
I was listening to the crickets of the silence.
I was trying to fill it with a compliment, at least, that we did get a movie that didn't have any rape in it from Pete. So that's a big kudos.
Hey, good job.
Yeah. There was only one, and it wasn't.
It was a little rape.
It's been more than one.
Rape.
It was false rape. I will stand by.
It's not rape if you shout surprise.
Let's see. Let's rate this movie,
Charlie. You and I can continue this episode.
Yeah.
Leo, we got fired, dude.
That's Steven beating the shit out of Leo.
If you want to go down this road, I can.
Woo! All right. It wouldn't be a Pete month without some kind of controversy.
Great white Venom just kicked his ass.
Oh, okay. Come on, Pete. Get us out of here, bub.
All right. We're gonna rate this. We're gonna rate this well. We're gonna rate this solidly. Charlie, I want to hear what you have to say. Foist.
So I did.
This is not really your thing. This is a really first time watch. I'm very excited.
Yeah. First time watch. I did actually watch it twice, so that's definitely a benefit, and not because I fell asleep or anything. It's like I honestly just wanted to watch it the second time. That was not a dig at Leo. Y'all quit picking on Leo. That's right. He was a kid.
I was young and stupid.
I thoroughly did enjoy and was shocked when I realized it was like a mystery type movie. I liked that there was a plot. Yes, we've poked holes in it. Yes, we feel like it could have been done better. Mm-hmm. Most movies we watch, we can do that to a lot of them. So I'm not going to ding it for that. It is not my bag. Would I watch it again? Maybe if another show wanted, to discuss it or something, maybe. But it's not like something I'd throw on rotation all the time. So I'm gonna be generous. So I'm giving it a 7.5. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough, and I also appreciate its impact on pop culture. Like that can't be denied. That this movie has carried on in other forms of martial arts and non-martial art movies, that they've just taken a little bit of flavor from this. So it's influential. And I'm going to give it credit for that. So, and it's a Pete pick, kind of, because found out that Steven picked it, but it's Pete month. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good here. I'm riding the high country right now.
Fine. Leo, lay it on me.
I have to give this a solid 5, and I'll tell you why, because that's going to sound insulting, but it's not.
Well, I was going to say, we're doing 10s here, right?
5 is a watch it or don't. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. That's a 5.
I mean, here's the thing. It's not my favorite kung fu film that I've ever watched. There's a lot of others. And especially after you asked me that question, I started thinking about it. I'm like, it really doesn't get as high on the board as some of the others I know and have really adored over the years. And for whatever reason, this, that, and the other. But that doesn't make it a bad film. It makes it worth watching. And I absolutely, to Charlie's point, have to respect where it came from, what it was, the start of what it started, and how much influence it's had over literally everything that's come after it. It is a foundation film, and that deserves respect. So maybe 6, maybe, I don't know, leaning a little more higher on it. But I think it balances itself out. I think it's a very solid, perfectly good, great movie. And it's not the most amazing thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's exactly what it needs to be. And that puts it right dead center for me.
Dig it.
Fair.
I like that. Steven?
Google, what do I think of the Five Deadly do you know there are great white sharks in Maine? So
sure there are.
Yeah. So I give this movie an 8.5. Unlike Leo, I can count over 5. And I give this an 8. So I give this an 8.5. I really enjoy this movie. I do recognize some of the plot holes, and I do recognize that when I watch it, I wish the 6th Venom had a bigger arc, a place that his character was going that was maybe a little personal. I don't want to take any action out for it, but just something that would just, that he starts somewhere and ends somewhere else. I also think that having the last villain be a surprise is a lot of fun, but it means that there's not really like a central villain that you really hate, that you're really looking for the heroes to thwart, especially because the big death isn't done by any of the main villains at all. It's done by some side character. So, I recognize those things and they bug me a little bit. But holy shit, do I think the rest of this movie is a ton of fun. I think this movie is very watchable, and I'll happily watch it every couple of years. I have like this almost like ongoing joke with Charlie and Pete where whenever we do something together, I sort of start nagging them about the next thing that we're going to do together. And I just pick a movie and I just badger them with it. And that was what happened every time Pete came on our show. I was like, so when are we coming on for Five Deadly Venoms? When are we coming on for Five Deadly Venoms?
Fine, shut up about that.
Yeah. So I obviously love this movie. I do think it's very watchable. I never had a problem throwing this on. And I do think it will show up in rotations, especially just those days that you're sick that you want to watch Conan the Barbarian and Five Deadly Venoms and The Terminator, and those are just the movies I want to
triple
put
feature.
on.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
That's just the kind of movies I want to put on when I'm in that space. So I really enjoy this. The martial arts in this movie is fucking great. Yeah. The martial arts in this movie is just incredible. And I think you can get a lot from watching it for just that alone. I mean, just the simple fact that these camera shots are not boring. They're very dynamic. The cinematographers, they're doing as much martial arts work as anybody else is, because they're having to move around these spaces as these actors are working and kicking and punching one another. But these shots just don't stop. They go on for a minute, 2 minutes, while these characters flip and move and go back and go forth and jump on tables and jump off of tables. It's very impressive. And you know what? Like, I think there's just a lot of other, I think all the actors are good. I enjoy their performances for the most part. There's one or two wooden performances in it. That's fine. That happens in these movies. Music's good. There's just a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I'll particularly throw out there that fight choreography, that camera work. And I don't know, I think the script is really fun too. Just a great idea to throw a little mystery into a different structure for these kinds of Shaw Brothers movies. It wasn't just somebody else who's kind of like rising through the ranks of the Shaolin Temple, who we've seen a billion times and is great, and I love those movies. But to start off, we have these 5 characters. We don't know if they're good or evil, or which one is which, or which one they do. I just think that's a great little story to tell. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh, and for your listeners, The Blind Swordsman is also that's a great martial art.
Zatoichi, The Blind Swordsman.
Yeah.
Those
are great.
There are movies, and there was a television show in Japan. Really nice.
And they did like not a remake, but like a legacy sequel of The Blind Swordsman that was totally awesome.
Yep.
It was totally awesome.
Yep.
All right. Cool. All right, Pete, it's up to you, bud. Where are you ranking this bad boy?
I can't say any more than Steven already said. This is beautiful choreography and a unique story for the time. It's given so much to pop culture. You don't know how much this movie has given to all of pop culture going forward, especially starting in the 90s. You wouldn't have Wu-Tang without this. For those of you that are fans, it's seminal. It's also, I'm going to give it 8.5. I'm going to give it 8.5, just like Steven did. I really would like a legit release of this. And then I think my opinion might change if we would get like the whole story with a good, with a really, really good dubbing and better, not YouTube, AI generated
Sharks.
Hot. No, the subtitles. Hot.
Yeah, that was funny, though.
I sent a picture to everyone in this on this podcast, and at the very end, they're doing wah, and the subtitles was hot. Yeah. I'll send that to Anna and make sure it gets posted somewhere. 8.5. I think it would go up if I got a better release. I want to see the movie really crisp, really clean. I want a better dubbing. A better dubbing, and I want to
know what the Scorpion says.
Right,
we actually want to know what his lines were.
Right. So, 8.5. I really enjoyed this. Go see this movie. It's easy to find. Go see it.
Yeah. Well, high praise.
So
that was our action pick of the month of Pete.
Oh yeah, I get one more, don't I?
You do get one more. Now, next week, Dustin has taken it upon himself to do this. I had one stipulation. Pete doesn't get to pick, but we are carrying month of Pete over into B action. Pete is coming over for this episode.
I sure
and
hope so.
We are doing Shin Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
So going into a little bit of
brutal
type hell, I know Kamen Rider from like a kids show.
Yeah, it's tokusatsu. It's henshin. It's brutal. The praying mantis is what.
So I'm sure for a lot of you are probably like why does that sound like? There's Shin Godzilla is what a lot of people know as far as when it comes to that movie. And Dustin just wanted to jump in and pick a movie for Pete. So
Hand to God, I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen. I guess the only one out of us that has is Mickey, and
Yeah.
Mickey seemed to be pretty excited about it. So
I saw
should be a lot of fun.
the Netflix series, the Black Kamen Rider, and that was
Yeah.
wow. Oh shit, that was rough.
Get into some wild shit.
It was
so.
good, but it was like, oh my god.
So we do
Talk
have
about
that
violence.
But Pete, you can go ahead still and go ahead and tell us what our Pete month horror pick is going to be. This is where I'm not 100% confident right now. So,
So, serendipity hit me in January when Spoils of Horror, and was not planned. This film was planned months in advance, and I've already had guests. So sadly, you guys aren't coming on. But you guys re-released our episode of Vampires.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened back to that
again.
And it was so much fun. And I listened to our episode of Vampires. I've got more opinions about this movie. The more I think about this movie, the more I want to put some money and redo it, because there's a really good story there. But we're not doing Vampires again. I promise, Charlie.
Christ.
We are doing a Hammer movie.
Okay.
Called The Vampire Lovers.
Yes.
Peter Cushing is in this. Peter Cushing is in this, and
it's not helping. Okay.
And there are many naked lady vampires in it also.
Yes, there are.
So we are the spirit of vampires. We are watching a naked. That's not really, the lesbianism is implied in this film, not actually acted upon as it was in Vampires, but it's certainly implied.
It was a
very
lesbianism.
Yeah, it's very artful. It's very artfully done. It's big themes. There's two big themes on each of these women that you're gonna.
There are two big themes on one woman and two delightfully themed things on the other woman.
Yeah,
you do realize there's a reason I'm the last one standing, right? You've literally ran everyone else off.
Oh, I disagree.
I
disagree. Do you know who's joining us next week or in 2 weeks for this? We have Erin from Manic Movie Monday. She's coming on, and our very own Anna is coming on for the Vampire Lovers.
Did she
and
vampires with us?
The exasperation on your face, it just brings me great joy.
I was hoping that maybe I'd have another nice, easy Pete month. It started out pretty awesome with this.
Charlie, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does this change your rating of Five Deadly Venoms?
It really should, but I can't take it out on that movie. It's not fair to the Five Deadly Venoms.
I thought it might bring it up.
Find out after I watch this thing.
Just do me a favor. When you cover Vampire Lovers, can you redo your score for Five Deadly Venoms?
So right now it's an asterisk beside my score right now, just in case I need to bring my average for the month up. So we'll just see. God damn it. Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
I think Jackie should watch this with you. It's a.
I'm excited for you.
It's a fine Hammer film. It's also a late Hammer film, which means it's very exploitative.
Oh God. Yeah, I know about those. They're like, we need all of the money, so we need all of the titties.
We need the drive-ins. Yeah. It's not quite as bad as, what was it? Lady Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That was,
we should do that one on our show.
I'm down for that one. I've been wanting to do that one for years. Look at Charlie. I'm so sorry, Charlie. Hey, thank you for joining us here at Give Me Back My Action Movies. Join us for Give Me Back My Horror Movies in a couple of weeks. I am Pete. This is Charlie. Stephen and Leo, tell us all about your Spoils of Horror, one of the best podcasts. I love you guys so much. Please regale us with your podcasting skills. Please.
Before I let Leo tell us all about us, I just want you to know I opened up Tubi really quick just to see what the next movie I was going to badger you guys about was, and the first two movies that came up were Species 3 and Ghost Rider. So take your pick.
Good beer, bad movie. I already covered Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage.
Damn. There you go. Well, sorry. I guess it's Species 3.
I am not covering that jelly bean eating bastard again.
I love the first one.
It's success.
He acts like he ain't ever going to cover Spawn on here when I bring it on. All right, so
Spawn. Oh, Spawn! Oh my God! I would love to come on for Spawn.
This is becoming the Steven show. Jesus, look at you! Don't let him push you around, guys.
It always has been, Leo.
It's the only reason we've ever been on the show is because of me, because I badger these two.
That's our secret,
that's called
Leo.
Incompetence. That's
always been Steven.
Yeah.
Tell us about Spoils of Horror now.
Yeah. Well, that's not always Steven over at Spoils of Horror. We are a horror podcast that spoils movies. Look at that. We talk about the best and the worst that horror brings on. Honestly, anything that we think is fun or interesting to talk about.
Yes.
Sometimes much to the chagrin of the other one, often jointly appreciated and adored. Sure. And you can find Spoils of Horror on any social media platform by typing in that name, because we're the only ones that have it.
Yep.
So there.
We're all over Dietzer.
That's right. Facebook.
Are you on OnlyFans yet?
Close. We're very close. We have to sell a few more bycockets and thongs. And then
we'll have enough money to open that up.
One of these days, I'm going to get one of those, and I'll just... It's a Robin Hood.
Back orders are being fulfilled. The snow on the ground right now, it's taking a while, but you're going to get them.
Tariffs, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so. The tariffs on those thongs are unbelievable. We ship that shit straight from Canada.
They're amazing thongs. They're the best thongs.
The best thongs
you want to have.
The tong.
We gotta hire more children to make those little bitty stitches.
That's right. They're not sweating in the shops
Thank you
enough.
for finishing that sentence all the way through. Okay, that's all I.
Pete's on fire tonight.
He will
Pete's
be by the time we're
fired
done.
tonight. Yep. All right.
I get fired every February.
Charlie, let us know if you're ever looking for a show you want to be on.
It's getting closer.
I'll be looking for a show to be on here pretty soon.
There you go.
Oh, we're full.
Wife spot. Pete, you come over to my show, and Steven can stay here. We'll all be good.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It's a co-host exchange program is what we're working on.
That would actually be really fun.
It would be fun.
Wife swap. Good.
It's a podcasting key party, right?
That's right. That's right. Put your key in the bowl.
Problem is, it'd be me and Leo, and we both run both shows, and the other two just be sitting there going, "What the fuck do we do now?"
Yeah, right. There's only one way the swap works.
I contest it works both ways, just for very different reasons.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to our month of P Action, and we will see you next week on B Action, and in 2 weeks for the horror side. We will talk to you all later. Bye.